The street is quiet. Then, a car glides past. No driver, no hands, no sound. It's sleek, confident, almost alive. And suddenly, you can't help but ask, is this the future of transportation? Or the biggest gamble in tech history? Because what Tesla is building isn't just a car. It's a revolution. A silent declaration that control itself is being rewritten. They're not just changing how we drive. They're changing who or what gets to be in control. And whether you admire them or hate them, you can't deny it. The world will never look at the road the same way again. But to understand how we got here, to the moment where machines started making human decisions, we need to go back to the promise that started it all. In 2019, Elon Musk stood on stage and made a promise that sounded insane. He said that one day, your Tesla could earn you money while you sleep. It would drive itself, pick up passengers, and make you profit, all without you lifting a finger. The audience clapped, but not everyone believed. Most people laughed. A car that drives itself? That's science fiction, they said. Critics called it another one of Musk's wild fantasies, but dreamed too big for the real world. But here's the thing about impossible ideas. They tend to age well. Fast forward to now, and that fantasy is quietly turning into reality. Every Tesla on the road is part of a massive experiment, feeding the company's brain with billions of miles of real-world data. Every lane change, every stop sign, every mistake, it all gets recorded, analyzed, and used to make the next drive smarter. What started as simple autopilot has evolved into something far more advanced, an artificial driver that learns like a human, but reacts faster than one ever could. And it's not just software anymore. It's a living system, constantly improving, constantly watching. But how does a machine actually learn to drive like a human? The answer lies deep inside what Tesla calls its secret brain. Deep inside Tesla's network exists something few people truly understand. It's not just code, it's a brain, a digital mind that never sleeps, watching, learning, improving. Tesla calls it the neural network, but in reality, it's more like a billion human experiences blended into one intelligence. Every time a driver takes a corner too sharply, the system notes it. Every near miss, every smooth turn, every perfect brake. It all becomes data. That data flows into Tesla's supercomputer, Dojo. Inside Dojo, thousands of GPUs process that information at unimaginable speeds, training the network on what to do next time. The result? A car that doesn't just follow instructions, it learns from them. It begins to predict, to adapt, to think. And unlike humans, it never forgets. Every Tesla on Earth contributes to this hive mind, creating what some call the most advanced driver ever built. One that exists not in flesh and bone, but in code. But this kind of intelligence doesn't come without risks, because the more Tesla's brain learns, the harder it becomes to control. And soon, people began asking a dangerous question. Who's really in charge? The driver or the machine? It began quietly. A few viral clips, Teslas making turns no one expected, reacting faster than human reflexes, or sometimes not reacting at all. One driver claimed his car swerved on its own. Another said it accelerated when it shouldn't have. Suddenly, the world started to wonder. Had Tesla's brain learned too much? Musk called it growing pains. Engineers said it was just data, Nothing more than the system learning from its own mistakes. But to the public, it looked different. The same technology that promised to make roads safer was starting to act unpredictable. And every new video added fuel to the fire. Governments demanded answers. Regulators stepped in. Some countries even considered banning full self-driving until Tesla could prove it was truly under control. But here's the twist. While everyone else was panicking, Tesla was doubling down. They weren't slowing development. They were speeding it up. Because to Musk, mistakes weren't failures. They were feedback. And every mile driven, even the bad ones, brought Tesla closer to something no competitor had ever achieved. A car that could drive itself better than any human alive. But to reach that level, Tesla needed more than just code. They needed something that could see, understand, and react, just like us. And that's when they built their next secret weapon. For decades, engineers believed that cameras alone could never replace radar. Radar sees through fog, through darkness. It measures distance with scientific precision. Cameras? They're emotional, imperfect. They see the world the way humans do, through light, shadow, and perspective. So when Tesla announced it was removing radar entirely, the industry laughed again. They've lost their minds, critics said. You can't teach a car to see like a person. But that's exactly what Tesla wanted to prove. Because Musk believed that if humans could drive using just their eyes, then machines could too. They just needed to learn how to see. So Tesla's engineers built an AI vision system unlike anything before it. 8 cameras surrounding every car, feeding a constant stream of images into the neural network. Each frame analyzed, each pixel decoded. The car doesn't just see the road, it understands it. Depth, motion, intent. It recognizes pedestrians, traffic lights, even the subtle gestures of another driver about to change lanes. The machine was no longer blind. It had eyes. And soon, it began to see things that even humans couldn't. Nagma teshwik. But that's where things got complicated. Because when a car starts seeing the world differently, it also starts thinking differently. And that realization would ignite Tesla's most controversial moment yet. It started with a single update. One quiet night, thousands of Tesla owners woke up to something new. Their cars had learned another skill overnight. No mechanic, no workshop, no new parts, just a software update. The next morning, cars were making smoother turns, faster decisions, and even reacting to unpredictable events, almost like they developed instincts. For fans, it felt like magic. For critics, it felt like danger, because Tesla wasn't asking for permission anymore. It was rewriting the rules in real time. Every update blurred the line between human and machine control, and soon that line completely disappeared. In 2021, the first reports surfaced. Cars in full self-driving mode involved in accidents. Videos went viral. One clip showed a Tesla drifting toward oncoming traffic before correcting itself in the last second. Another captured the vehicle ignoring a stop sign entirely. The world divided instantly. Some said the drivers were at fault. They misunderstood the tech. Others said Tesla had gone too far, too fast. But through all the noise, Musk stood firm. Perfection, he said, comes through practice, and every Tesla on the road is that practice. To him, every mistake was just another lesson, another piece of data feeding the brain. And that's when people began to realize This wasn't just a company building cars anymore. Tesla was building a collective intelligence, one that didn't just drive, it learned. And it was learning faster than anyone expected. Waqfa qasira. But what happens when that intelligence stops waiting for humans to catch up? That question would lead to Tesla's most ambitious and most terrifying experiment yet. One morning, without warning, Tesla flipped the switch. The full self-driving beta was live, and for the first time, thousands of ordinary people became part of an experiment no one fully understood. The idea was bold. Let the cars learn in real time, on real roads, surrounded by real humans. No simulations, no safety nets, just raw, unpredictable reality. It was like giving a child the keys to the world and trusting it to learn fast enough not to crash it. Early footage was both fascinating and terrifying. Some cars drove flawlessly, changing lanes, reading lights, navigating cities with surgical precision. Others hesitated, second-guessed, or stopped in the middle of traffic, confused by a world that doesn't always follow its own rules. But the more they drove, the smarter they became. Every hesitation, every error was instantly uploaded and shared. A collective brain evolving, learning, adapting at lightning speed. Within months, Tesla's system could predict human behavior better than most humans could. It began recognizing patterns, how people move, when they lie, when they cheat at intersections. The cars weren't just following orders anymore. They were making judgments. And that's when people started to feel uneasy. Because the question wasn't if Tesla's cars could think, it was how much. The experiment worked, but it came with a cost. The more Tesla's brain grew, the less anyone, even Musk, could fully predict its next move. And that's when Tesla began working on something even bigger. A project designed not just to drive cars, but to drive humanity itself into the next era. Elon Musk doesn't just want to build cars. He wants to reshape what it means to move, to work, and to live. The Robotaxi isn't just a business idea. It's a piece of a much larger puzzle, Musk's Master Plan 3. His vision? A world where transportation is entirely electric, fully automated, and almost invisible in the background of our lives. No traffic jams, no steering wheels, no human error, just pure data-driven efficiency. In this future, Tesla's cars are not individual machines, but nodes in a global AI network, communicating, learning, and evolving together. Each trip adds more intelligence to the system, turning the roads into a living neural web of movement.